Right, well, we're all sorted. We can get going here now.
Interesting that Elias's last win against Farag was in Egypt.
And reminders of the score, Parky, where was it?
That was El Gouna round 1, and it was a 3-love win for Elias. If I remember rightly, that was on a traditional court.
It's going to be enjoyable, isn't it? Because you've got two very slick movers around the squash court. And of course, Farag looks to take the time away from the opponent. He reads the game incredibly well, and he's always looking to twist and turn an opponent when he can. Very good at getting the ball dying away as well.
Very much so. He's one of the best in the business for weight of shot. Both of these players, in fact, have got great weight of stroke. Just get the right amount of velocity on the ball that's required. A lot of players like to just use pace and bash it around as much as possible, which in itself is pretty hard to play against. But if that ball is falling away from you, it's very, very difficult, very frustrating. Both players like to use a little bit of hold as well. There you see from Farag just delaying it slightly on the forehand side. That's going to go out.
1-2.
Last year when they played in El Gouna, they had a really tough match as well. At that time, Farag winning in 5. I actually think that was on a traditional court as well. 81 minutes. Oh, got it.
I mean, there's an example of the way Elias can move. He's really struggling with the court, slipping a lot yesterday with his lunges. Doesn't feel anywhere near as warm today, though, or as muggy.
Yeah, it's definitely cooled down quite a bit in the last hour or so. Even though there's no wind, it feels fairly comfortable where we are, sat outside.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more comfortable than I was yesterday, even at midnight. Both players playing a little dink into the front left-hand corner.
Yeah, both incredibly adept at that kind of shot.
Look at that.
Yeah, that was
about
really unorthodox.
6 foot high and tight.
Chris Robertson, the great Aussie player, ex-world #2, he used to play some pretty high, slow drop shots, but they always went really tight. And he very rarely hit the tin.
He was a good mover as well.
Yeah, just
he loved to use angles, didn't he? Quite twitchy with his technique. Who's your favourite player growing up?
Well, originally it was like a lot of people of my age. It was Jahangir Khan because he's such a prolific winner and, of course, a wonderful technique as well and attitude. But aside from him, I really admired Rod Martin when he was coming up. I was sort of just a few years behind. Tried to emulate him as I was coming up the junior ranks as well, and managed to play him a few times. Obviously, when I caught up and got into the senior tour.
Did you ever beat him?
I did once. he was such an attacking player. I mean, obviously Jahangir was brilliant, but Rod Martin changed the game quite a bit in terms of the attacking nature.
Well, he could chop people up, couldn't he?
He really could, including Jancha, which was, you know, not many people could say that.
Well, look at who he beat in his World Championship run when he won the title. Took out Chris Dittmar, Jancha Khan and Jahangir Khan in one tournament.
It's not a bad run, is it?
I mean, if you were going to win a World Championship. Tight ball from Farag. That left-hand side wall is his friend so far this evening. In fact, it's been a lot of people's friends. You get a lot of reward down that left-hand side.
Just not allowed to touch it. You can be friends with it, but you can't touch it.
Best way, I think, Parky.
4-3.
And you talk about that run that Rod Martin had to win the World Championship back in those days, and I feel these days, you know, you've got to beat 3 players. I mean, you've got to beat 5 players, but quarters onwards, you're probably going to have to beat 3 champions on the way to winning a World Championship or a platinum event, or an event such as this. This is a little bit different because, of course, you've got the best of 3 group matches, but the quality and the depth is so good these days.
Good rally from Elias.
Yeah, he's really putting the pressure on here. He's strong on the ball, isn't he? We talk about his movement, how smooth he is.
It's going to be a stroke, isn't it?
Very strong.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now the ball is going away from the way he was going.
No let given.
And out 5-4.
Well, maybe a let.
At least.
I don't think it's a stroke, actually, looking at it from that angle.
Yeah, it went too severe an angle, didn't it?
Yeah. Right, though, he's very strong on the ball now, Elias. You can see it through his core. When he's lunging in, he keeps himself very solid and very stable in the shot. So you don't see a lot of movement through the hips or any collapsing or losing of the lower back, which is obviously a great asset to have when you're lunging and moving around at pace, because it allows you to still have the control and dexterity in the shot.
Yeah, and talking of great players from the past, and well, a bit more recent past than ones we mentioned earlier, Jonathan Power, who I played against a great deal, is Elias's coach, and you know he was someone that certainly moved tremendously well and was very strong on the ball, as we're talking about with Elias. See glimpses of that sometimes.
Just left. 5-4.
Yeah, really nice examples of drops in that front left-hand corner.
Yeah, both of them fantastic touch, able to just dink it in. Very little swing.
Just a bit of safety issues there on the swing. No more than a let. I still find it incredible the racket head speed that Farag can get from very little swing. How he can get the ball off the wall cross court with a lob and stuff like that. But he's very flicky through the wrist, isn't he? And he generates so much pace from that just flick of the wrist.
Yeah, you mentioned the flick lob off the left side wall. It's incredible how accurate he gets it so often. I mean, lots of players would clunk the wall and actually miss the shot, but he returns with interest on virtually every occasion. Not that time though, just tried a bit of a flick drop shot.
5-6.
Well, cheap error there from Farag. Don't usually associate that with him when he's in his best form.
No, those words don't usually go together, cheap error and Farag.
No. Quite like how calm Elias looks this evening. He's just methodically walking up to the front of the court, using the towel quite often. Certainly way more composed than he was last night. He really did lose the plot.
Yeah, that's what I'm gathering, and maybe he doesn't particularly like playing Rosner. You know, he's not happy with the court, but looks like he's really taken stock this evening, and maybe he's a little bit more comfortable in the style of Farag. And
well, he's gone back to being very relaxed, gliding.
Like he was against Gawad.
Yeah, exactly. He's starting to just glide around.
Oh, he's done it again. Absolutely glued to the wall twice. A relatively high backhand drop that's just clinging.
Well, you know, if Farag can't get that off, then it's a really good shot.
Well, that was a shot that we were bigging him up for, and he's missed it twice.
It's tough with those doors position there as well, though, isn't it?
True. That can make a difference.
Really do change the dynamics of the court.
What Farag should do maybe next time is just leave the door open, and then you won't be able to hit that shot. You're allowed to do that.
That'd be like playing pinball, wouldn't it, on a squash court?
Might be a little bit dangerous too.
Real tennis has all sorts of angles going on, and like chunks out the wall and stuff. It'd just be a bit like that. Chance for Elias there.
Great over exaggerated width from Farag. Has to do that. Oh.
I tell you what, it just shows the quality of both players in that front left-hand corner, because they are gluing the ball to that sidewall. Whoever gets the first chance on the counter is just running the ball so tight.
Yeah, that was pretty much one floorboard, wasn't it?
Yep.
Same with those previous two winners from Elias.
Elias has certainly improved his mopping skills.
Yeah, he's actually doing some housekeeping. Not
makes sense though, doesn't it? If he is slipping on there, then you know, just make sure that you do mop it up. I mean, it really got into his head yesterday, but there was also a point when he tried to get it all speeding up, and then he slipped quite dangerously in the front left. And it just makes you so paranoid, doesn't it, when your foot goes away from you in the lunge?
Yeah, very, very nervy. And the next time you get in that kind of position, you sort of hold back a little bit. And squash is a game, as you know, Drew Boy, that you can't hold back. Just doesn't work, especially at this level.
There's that counter drop again. Been a wonderful display of counter dropping in the front left-hand corner. Onto it like a flash and just fading that ball in. Well, Elias will be trying to emulate one of his best pals on the circuit, Paul Colt, tonight with his win. Couldn't get two more different characters, could you? No, they do make me chuckle. Watching the two of them in tandem does make me laugh. Nice finish by Farag. Ball sitting up. It's a big target to aim at, though, that nick by the door on the left-hand wall.
He's back with the mop.
Wonder if he's going to do it any quicker than last time. My guess is not.
He's making up for lost time. He's done no mopping in the previous two matches.
Well, he's desperately looking for a bit of sweat to mop.
Then perhaps both players could do it, and we could quicken things up a bit.
Yeah, that's worse than playing.
I'm not
gonna do it. I'm happy to play.
I'm not sure what's going on. John Mazzarella suggesting that both players do it, but Elias saying something about it's been worse than playing.
Oh, wow.
Clever.
Amazing
How good
shot.
was that?
That was incredible. He just waited for the ball to bounce and for Farag to move in the opposite direction. And
Completely. Look how Farag ends up.
Yeah.
He's absolutely stranded. Brilliant. 2-game balls for Elias.
Well, he anticipates a lot, doesn't he, Ali Farag, across the middle, and quite, well, 99.9% of the time he gets it right. Not that time.
Yes, lad.
Ooh.
That
could be a stroke, Drew Boy.
I was actually busy tangled up in my mic cable.
Oh dear. Yeah, there's quite a lot of cables around here.
No, I think it's a let. There looks like a little bit of space there to me. For me, there's a bit of space there. I'm going let ball. There was one earlier, actually, in Paul Cole's match against Moman, and it was given as a stroke, and I didn't think it was then, so...
Elias has no reviews remaining. 10-8.
Nice bit of football skills there from Elias, still with his game balls.
Tight work there, under pressure. Oh, just scraped it up. And again, that Inspector Gadget. Oh, no. Wowzers. What a shot. Ridiculous dexterity on the pickups and then the flick from Farag.
1-game ball still for Elias.
Knew he'd do that trickle boast.
Well, Elias knew as well, but he still had to work incredibly hard to get it.
Great work again. That was that lob off the side wall. Oh, did he get that?
Not this one.
No, you're right. too good from Farag.
Well, when he's 2 game balls down, he's just pulled out his best 2 rallies, I'd say. That one in particular. Probably the best shot of the game so far from Farag, followed by the best rally.
Yeah, it was very impressive.
Well, I think we're going to go for the slowest court wipe.
Yeah, I think this is where the referee needs to take over a little bit. There's a bit of common sense needed. I can't see much sweat there, can you?
No, a bit interesting where he's going though. He's just
a little bit, but you could do that with your shoe.
Yeah, true. I think it's just where the hands has gone down.
That's easily sorted out with your shoe.
Farag's wondering what's going on. He's going to start mentioning this, I think. You're going to start seeing a few gestures from Farag towards John Mazzarella.
I hope they're legal gestures.
Well, even if they are, you'll probably see them and interpret them as something else, Parky. Thought there's a bit of space there.
Yeah, a bit fortunate there, Farag. But not much complaint from Elias.
It's one of those ones as a player, you know you can make that interference happen, can't you?
Yeah, sure.
Well, it's a good attack from Farag again.
Oh, that pickup, unbelievable. Straight on the racket.
What a rally.
Just missed it.
I mean, I don't know how Elias survived in that rally.
And out. 11-10, game ball.
3rd game ball for the Peruvian Puma.
You forget how quick he is. We talk about his strength of movement, Elias, but he gets a lot of balls back at full stretch.
Certainly had to weather the Farag storm there. Oh dear.
It's just popped out of the nick, out the body of Elias, and he wasn't able to adjust there.
No,
so
we
annoying.
have to continue, Mr. Elias. No, you can't do it that regularly. You cannot.
Well, officially, it's meant to be every 10 rallies.
11 all.
Yeah, that's the official rule, and then it's kind of up to the discretion, isn't it? And it hasn't really been
An issue,
abused in Manchester or here until I think John Mazzarella was right. It's just been used a little bit too much in this match.
To be fair to Elias, he accepted it though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It is very hot on there. It's exceptionally hot. But you do feel like he's a little bit more weary than Farag at this point. Oh, that is genius.
What a rally.
Brilliant stuff. That little half volley.
Yeah, he unlocked the door with it, didn't he?
Top spin. Yeah, he did.
12-11.
So tight it was, and then he opened up the court for him.
Another game ball for Elias. John Mazzarella starting to hurry things up here.
Not negotiating.
Saying it's not a negotiation.
Stroke to Farag.
Well, the ball was tight, but it took a long time to get to the wall, and then there was no way through for Farag.
Yeah, it was a slow drop. It was a very tight drop, as he pointed out, just a little bit high, but the clearance wasn't really there, was it?
No, it's none. But it's so loopy. That's the problem. Problem was it was loopy and obvious.
Right,
Do you think that, I mean, you're a bit more of an expert in refereeing than I am, but do you think
I'm
that
definitely not an expert, but yeah, go
you're
on.
supposed to be?
when you leave a
Do you-
ball that
So
high,
we'll
wait a
listen
sec.
to
you're
Masrella.
in trouble. No, I don't care how tight. I don't care how tight it is. You left it too high. Continue play. Hand out.
Well, Masrella explaining that it was too high. Go on.
Well, that's interesting because that's exactly what I was going to talk about. Do you think that the tightness of a shot is relevant?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess because the rules sort of talk about a good return, you know, whether you think the player can make a good return. So I guess the judgment there from both referees was that they judged that even with the tightness, he could make a good return.
Right.
I mean, so then I guess it would be down to the interpretation. If you looked at it and went, well, actually, Elias has hit so many winners that have been glued to the wall, even if they've been a bit higher, then maybe you wouldn't make that interpretation.
Yeah, but you know the level of these players that they can return virtually everything, even if it's tight.
So you're in very dodgy territory when the ball does sit up and you are in the line.
13-12 game ball.
Another game ball for Elias. It's the 5th one. So far, Farag's been up to it every single time. You know the old saying, though, 5th time lucky.
Not heard that one.
Yes, left.
Yeah, I think Elias has got a point here. I think that's the wrong line from Farag. I think he could get to the inside there.
Yeah, and he made a lot more effort there, Elias, to clear, didn't he? To clear centrally.
If you have a look at this.
Yeah, he clears centrally here. It's coming back.
See where the ball is. I don't think Farag should be going forwards towards Elias with that initial movement in that situation. That's a great shot, well straightened. Again, you saw Farag moving in anticipation.
It's a great lift from Elias. Chance. Big chance again. Oh, nearly got the nick there on that cross court. So positive when he gets an opening, Elias. Oh.
Look at that, wonderful touch.
Ridiculous touch. Everything's coming back.
This is an unbelievable rally.
He's got it. What's going to happen here?
Oh, wow. This is ludicrous.
Okay, busy, Drew boy. Ball just keeps coming back. The reactions of both players are phenomenal. And what's going to happen here?
Oh.
This is outrageous.
Well, Elias is rocking here.
Wowzers. Oh dear.
I think that might be a no-let, mate.
What a rally.
He's not got a review.
That was
That is ridiculous. A brilliant rally. It's been the rally of the tournament so far.
Quickly, if you're going to tell
rally of the year.
Quickly.
I mean, both players
we can give them a little bit of respite after that, I think.
Definitely.
No, come back. You had the opportunity.
Ali Farag was
come back.
wiping his face at the front.
And out 13-all. Mr. Farag, how's the court? Does it need doing?
What a rally. I mean, that was unbelievable stuff. Some of the retrieval, but then the volleying as well, reaction volleying.
Just, yeah, had everything, didn't it, that rally? So much talent on the court in this match.
Can Elias come back from that, though? Because, I mean, his system will have gone seriously anaerobic there.
He's
he's taking as much time as he possibly can here.
Come back on court. Leave it, no. Leave it and come back on. 13-all.
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Who's the more
well, even with John Masrella's best efforts, Elias has got a little bit of time there, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he's quite adept at getting it. Oh, he's missed
Oh,
it.
I can't believe that.
Out.
That is outrageous.
I just cannot believe that.
14-13.
I don't think I've ever seen Farag miss the
ball.
ball in that kind of position. Just flicking at it.
I bet Elias can't believe his luck. Game ball for the Peruvian.
He's one of those players, though, that does look down and out sometimes physically and still comes through.
Yeah, but he's a bit punch drunk here.
Yeah, he's got amazing reserves, though, Elias. He knows he's only got to just try and clinch this last point.
I mean, the legs are heavy.
I'm not sure how well he'll respond in the second.
Straight to Farag.
The ball in front of you. No way round. That is the point.
The problem is the legs are looking heavy in and out of the lunge with the movements now.
We've all been there.
Especially after one of your knees up sessions.
You
High
hate
knees.
the knees up, the high knees, don't you? Knees up. Sounds like we're having a social.
We're definitely not having that. Here we go, it's a chance.
He's got it up. That's
Oh,
up
yeah.
as well. Oh,
Yeah, he's
good
conceded
goal.
it. That's very good from Ali Farag. I mean,
15-14.
that was a ridiculously impressive leaping volley from
It's like a
Elias.
goalkeeper, wasn't he?
I don't know how he even got that one on the front wall, to be
No,
honest.
it just shows that sometimes, even when it's not the best shot, taking it early is a good idea.
Play on.
Well, Farag's just going to use his foot. Sorted. Game ball to Elias. Oh, he slotted it. He's hit the winner.
14.
High drama here
Elias leads.
in the Mall of Arabia.
Yeah, you hear the vamos from Elias. What a finish that was.
He needs to go and get some hydration in, doesn't he? He needs to
Just a
get the
bit.
old tablets down him. Gels maybe, or just recline. 16-14, 35 minutes that game. There were some absolutely brutal rallies, but it is one game to love to Diego Elias, who's sitting there trying to regroup right now.
Well, he was looking like he wanted to have a lie down. He is going to have a little bit of a lie down.
He needs to get some water down him, because he needs
Yeah.
to get the hydration happening. I haven't seen him take a sip of water yet.
35 minutes in the first game there, and
Oh, there you go, and he's got electrolytes in there.
yeah, I mean it was absolutely unbelievable. Such a joy to watch the contrast between these two players, but also the similarities. How much skill and touch and accuracy they had, particularly in that front left. But some of the retrievals from both players and the reactions were insane. And I mean, just feel privileged to be commentating here on this match, and more to come.